Then inciting the Null Drifter gives us the draw 3. Activating the Kami is 9. And there we go. Draft 1 ended up going 4-0. We are proceeding into the day 2 with a loss to give. It's like a drone and a wombat. I do like both of those green cards as well. And I'm looking at the pack and I don't think any green card is wheeling from here, which I kinda hate. So I guess with the mindset of this draft, I wanna be cutting green as much as I can, so that people that maybe ended up taking those, I can maybe push them out of the colors. Marauder and the Gravedigger, fine. Both of the cards are okay. White cards feel whatever. Red cards don't exist. Blue cards, both of the counter spells in. So as usual, I try to remember as much as I can. But yeah, I was putting on people on my left to end up on taking green cards because they do look the best. Like Drone and the Wombat are really good. Can pick maybe Marauder after that, or the Goblin if you are red and white, or one of those two colors and you're speculating a new one. But taking a 6 here does feel nice. This one was a bit tough because you have different options here. You could go Void Claw and try to end up blue-green with the Eldrazi enchantment in the pack. You could take white and still stay open for white-green, which is definitely good. 6 kinda goes well with the Glyph Elemental because it does make sure you do hit land drops. And like looking at what are the most powerful cards in the pack if I don't have my first pick, and if I'm not married to it, I do think it's Glyph Elemental, 3/3 Flyer, and other blue cards are whatever here. They don't put me in blue. So if the white keeps on coming, I'm actually happy on taking Glyph. Plus, like 6 is a card I could splash. So I'm not in green, and I think staying open for whatever does come and taking the best cards is a okay strategy to have from here. I haven't really passed anything that great in white. It was the Charm and the Ambush, so yeah. Here, I do like the land. If I go green-white, it works. If I go green-black, it works. It is a modular card, which I like. It is one of the colors I'm in. I do like taking the +1/+1 indestructible trick. Especially with the 6, it does provide a way as protection spell. I think I ended up taking this. Other consideration would be the landscape here. Start grabbing lands, making sure that Glyph gets better and potentially 6 gets better. Bunt 1 is fine currently, because currently I am green-white. Nothing really that I'm passing. I mean, Unicorn would be a second consideration. I don't think it's better than the modular land, so taking this. This pack is a bit sad. To be fair, there isn't really anything that does follow up our first 3 picks. Strongest card in the pack is definitely the Amulet, and if I would be interested on dropping everything, I could still end up, like I said, red-white, maybe even energy. I think here I ended up taking the Amulet and staying open for red. I mean, in this pack, Amulet and the Charge Bug are both nice. Other considerations here, maybe the land yet again, just to have the option of splashing, plus with the Glyph. So as you do see, I was thinking between the landscape or the Amulet, but I think I wanted to stay open for the red. If the Amulet is a pick 4 and like red does come, I would like to have an option of ending up in red. This pack, I think, with having a 6 and having a Glyph Elemental, and if I end up Boros, ending up on splashing the 6 would be nice. This pack just doesn't have anything for us. So I think taking a land, staying open for whatever does come, seems like a good consideration. Other cards I like here are the Ram, but I think I would like to see if the Ram does wheel before I commit to it, or if I keep on seeing black and red. Like, you could take the Slit 2-drop and hope Ram wheels, try to end up in Rakdos splashing 6. But I think land is overall fine, and that I don't make much mistakes by taking it. Here, I mean, Aether is really strong with 6, because it's a continuous removal spell. But I wasn't really in the blue at this point, and I don't think the Aether puts me in blue. So I'm looking at the cards and I'm thinking, okay, what is the card that I most likely will end up on playing no matter where I go? And I think it is the landscape land. I'm still trying to figure out the lane. The Ironworks is fine, but I don't know if I'm gonna end up in energy. So I think landscape that does like target 2 of my colors at the moment, the green and the red, seemed like the pick for me. Yet again, not the greatest pack. If I end up green-black, I'm okay with Gargantua. Condor would be okay if I end up Rakdos, but to be fair, I haven't seen anything that amazing in Rakdos. We have seen some cards. Expel is okay if I end up white, but I'm still not sure about what is my lane. I think Gargantua is okay. It works really well with a 1-mana trick. And at this point I was hoping that the Golgari card does wheel from my pack, and if that is the case I would have the lane with the Gargantua. But yeah, really tough moment. Here, seeing this enchantment this late made me think that okay, I might have the option of going for the draw tree deck again, and I wanted to stay open for it. Like, I don't need to play red. Amulet isn't really a thing I need. So I ended up taking the enchantment. It works well with Gargantua. It is an enchantment we can return with 6 if I ever mill it. Other 2 white cards are okay, but yeah. And this was the wheel. As expected, green cards didn't wheel. Green black card didn't wheel. Best card for us here is the Gravedigg. Is the Dog Umbra signal? I don't think it is the signal. Dog Umbra is just fine for me. I'm not looking at the Dog Umbra that high as a removal or as a combo trick in this set. I think you would need some extra value from the Dog Umbra to be that good as a card, but yeah. Previous pick we could have taken the green enchantment, but it felt for me that I wanna, like, if the Gravedigg did wheel, I wanna like try to cut it, the black. And nothing did seem like I was in green. We haven't seen anything in green, even though the enchantment did wheel. Here I ended up taking this rare. I think the rare is not that bad if you can actually support it. If you do end up with a lot of landscapes and go for more than 3 colors. Ended up taking the Gargoyle at this moment, which might have been a mistake. Maybe the Captor was better. But yeah, pack 1, not happy at all. I don't have a lane. Seems like I'm fighting with somebody for Golgari if I keep on going for the Golgari with the Wombat not wheeling. We haven't seen that many white cards, even though like there was a late Dog Umbra as you said. But I'm trying to find a plan for this deck. Currently, Ramble seems the best. I want to keep on staying in green with 6. I don't know what my second color is. I would want it to be black. Quest would be a good wheel, especially with the 6, especially with the Rumble. It is a really good card if you can actually support it, especially with landscapes, which we have taken some. But yeah, I think the Rumble is the strongest card in the pack. We gotta take it here. Here, it was a close pick, but I think I ended up taking the Ooze, yeah. Since whoever is in Golgari, they're not gonna let this wheel. And other red cards, I mean, I wasn't really considering the red at this point. Green-white Watchdog, I don't really want to splash a 2-drop. Other consideration for me here was the Ravager, but at this moment it didn't seem like the card I want to play. So I just ended up on taking a card that seems like I'm gonna end up on playing if I keep on going for green and black. And like the Ooze works well with the Glyph Elemental, with some other cards we have, with the Gargantua. So I ended up taking the Ooze here. Here, not the greatest pack. I'm definitely missing some top end, and the 6/6 for 4 does feel nice, especially with the Rumble, especially that I do have double landscape cards. Other cards I could have considered here would be the Land or the Priest, but I'm not really gonna pass the 6/6. I don't think 6/6 ever wheels, and definitely I would want to have it in the deck. And second Uther that we do see here, which is a bit sad. Like I said, with 6 it is a really good combo trick, but we ended up taking the Assault here, which is a great removal for us. There are 3 landscape cards. Hopefully one does wheel. Currently I'm not sure which my land splash would be, but I do have an option of splashing red. And here I do take the first quest. Like I said, quest is definitely one of the stronger cards if you can make it work. If you do have like self-mill or you have ways of discarding cards. With the Rumble and 6 it goes better. With landscapes it goes better. So yeah, here I yet again did take a quest. I would say that that is the card that if you build around it, the more the merrier. Other considerations would be the Gift, which would work okay in the deck currently. It works well with the 6/6 trample, would work well with the 6, with Ooze. But I think I like taking the second quest, since I wasn't sure if the quest from my opening pack would wheel. Here, I'm trying to stay open for Chrysalis if I do get it, so I can splash it. 2 of my lands do find both red, so red would be the color I could splash, so I ended up taking a Mire here. Another Watchdog that we do see, but I don't think we're ending up in white and green at this point. Still missing 2 drops, still missing removals, still missing late game. So like I said, the draft is not going the best. Quick check on how many creatures and non-creature stuff I have. Could count maybe quest as a half of a creature. Here I'm deciding between the landscape and the Gravedigg, because landscapes do get higher with the quest that I do have. They don't allow the best color to be splashed with the white and blue. Because of that, I ended up taking the Gravedigg. Both quest and the Gift of the Viper did wheel. I kinda committed myself to the quest way and having a way of winning with that. It did seem like a small margin, but still, I haven't seen the second color other than black, and my green cards were better than whatever other color I would end up in. So that made me consider on still staying in it. I mean, I have the Wumpus, I have Six, I have Rumble, I have Assault. All of those are like great cards for green. So yeah, I kept on going for green. And I don't think I had another option. Like, I haven't seen anything in blue, I haven't seen anything that great in white. We have seen green-white dogs, but that's about it. At least like this, at the moment, I'm able on splashing red. So if I open Chrysalis, if I open some good red cards, we could end up on splashing them. How come you didn't consider Meddlers in pack 1? Rumble and Assault pack 2. The Meddlers. The 4/5s? I don't think they put me in the blue. I mean, the thing is, if I committed to blue earlier and did take the Otters, I guess it would be a bit better. Grogot. This one seems like tough, but it for me seems not as tough. With a triple quest and a way of potentially self-milling, I ended up taking the Ulamog, because if I ever cast that guy early on, I could win. And the path for me doesn't do anything in this deck. One thing that I was actually happy that it did happen was Infernal Captor, because Infernal Captor is really good with the quest, because you can actually steal something, then you can quest back your Captor and you can sacrifice the thing you did steal. Was happy that I did get a late Captor there. Ended up taking Ulamog. This one was yet again tough, because I'm missing removals. I kinda have to take the -3/-3, but the 6/8 is really good with the triple quest. And then, like I said, both of this I would want to wheel. Victimize would be okay as well, land would be okay. So like, we definitely have wheels from this pack, but I'm desperately missing removals, so I gotta grab the -3/-3. I don't even like this enchantment that I have. I only have one card that does say draw 3. So I did put it aside. Here I do get past Emrakul, which I could have took and committed more on like self-milling this one, but we only have 2 cards to self-mill it. And I don't think it's good as Ulamog is, because Ulamog has ward for like sacrifice 2 permanents, while the other one is not protecting itself, right? If I ever return it. So I ended up taking a land remover over Emrakul here. Keep on going for removal. I think this one would be the last one that I would be happy about, now that I get more removals in my deck. Other options weren't really in this pack, so we ended up taking that. I don't think realistically there is a good card here. I don't want to take a 4th quest now. I think the 4 would be an overcommit without not having any cycling cards or a way more of self-milling. Kami here, I mean, it is okay. We do have 1 fight spell. It is a 3-drop. It blocks early on, so felt okay. Here, because I didn't yet again have a way of self-milling that much, or self-discard, I ended up taking a Kami again over Victimize. I just don't know if Victimize was a pick here. It could have been, but we're not that great on self-milling or self-discarding. And here, as you do see, at the moment I see a card that does have cycling. It would be a good quest return. Grim Servant, unfortunately, doesn't seem the greatest, because we're not really finding anything that great for 1 or 2. I mean, we could find another quest, but not really that interesting. Ooze was a pick 7, but I think I would like Ravager here more with the triple quest. Here I ended up taking the Dreadmobile. Dreadmobile combos well with Captor, but it's like a playable card. It's something that I'm not excited about, but I ended up taking. Here, nothing really on the wheel for us. I think I ended up just taking a creature that I have most likely chances on playing, which was the 3/1. I'm not splashing white, and I'm not able on doing so. Here, land looks okay. Glimpse is good. It does mill, but it would be off of a splash. And I was not brave enough to take it. So I ended up taking a landscape here, which is in my colors. And yet again, like I said, makes quest better. So, ending the draft 2, not happy at all with the deck. I think it was a huge miss. I'm not sure what would be the better color pair to end up in, that I didn't see, like, anything that amazing, but yeah. Yeah, the draft definitely didn't go the best. This was the end product of the deck. So like I said, not the greatest draft. I think we ended up with a miss, but I think it was the color pair for me to maybe be in from my seat, not sure. Overall, not happy with the deck. So looking at the opening hand, I definitely like. I'm always keeping this. Starting with a landscape, so we can go search for the swamp. Here, go a land. I don't think you want to activate the landscape yet. I mean, I could have went for it. That would allow me to search for the red. But I don't think there is need to do that yet. And opponent did reveal a lot of good things with the Rumble. One more reason maybe why not using landscape is because I'm playing triple quest in the deck. So I want to have landscapes to trigger landfall later on as well. Opponent goes for an obvious pick. Here I think we just slam the 6. Get a 6 going. Hopefully get few attacks, maybe some lands with it. Opponent starts with a second rumble, showing 3 lands and a Priest of Titania, the elf that does give mana. So not happy at all how this is looking at. My crappy deck is playing against a really good, seems like a really good Eldrazi deck. Thing that I do like is that they do have double rumbles, so my quests do get better because I can actually steal their cards from graveyard. But still not happy at all. Here I think you always start by attacking first. And I think the idea behind our turn would be to go for quest and use, because next turn we would be available on putting a counter on the use and using Breed Your Last. So here we wanna go quest, modular land and use. From their graveyard, the only currently that I'm interested in would be the 5/5, but it's not that great as well. Opponent goes for the big one. Here I was thinking on making them block. So not using the removal immediately, but actually allowing them the chance to block the 6, so that I can actually make them lose some tokens, while we're still getting a 6 activation. And if they don't block, we can go always for Kami after it. Not the greatest meal, but seeing a Copter there is not bad. That could at least give us an option of racing in this game. They're going for a chomp, we are not gonna do anything. And here, did I pass? I ended up passing. So I ended up wanting to kill the 2/3, not to take the damage. Makes sense. There was an option of playing Kami here as well, but I guess it plays worse if they go removal into it. And I guess I wanted to have Breed Your Last up, so I can maybe kill their last blocker away, and then go questing returning the 3/3 so we can maybe kill them in a turn. Definitely not happy about looking at this. Now I'm calculating if I can kill them with a Captor. Since we can do the, we can find the land, we can get the Captor, we can kill the blocker, and if they overcommit on the attack, we could potentially kill them. If I'm not wrong. Or at least I was calculating that there was an option of killing them here. Which maybe I should have killed the Pyro here and played it safe. Not sure why the opponent didn't use the landscape here. Were they not able on using the landscape? So I guess I'm putting them on having something for green, since they didn't want to use the landscape. So they left some creatures up. So currently I have 8 damage. I'm missing 5 damage more for killing them. With the Captor. They ended up standing like this. They didn't want to overcommit. And now I did thank this decision a lot. I was trying to figure out if I have lethal or not. If I go Breed Your Last on the token and then capturing taking the drone, I think I am 3 damage off from killing them. So I think I ended up deciding here that the best way for me to win would be if I take the damage here from the tokens and kill the Chrysalis. Or did I take it all? I don't remember what I did do here. It was definitely one of the more difficult decisions. As you do see, I was looking at the damage and all. And I did realize that if I did take this, next turn I'm definitely dead with the landscape. So I had to like take some less damage here. Which maybe if I wanted to do this, it was better to kill Pyro in the first place. But yeah. Did draw the Mountain here, which is interesting because Mountain allows me to play the Captor, and then I guess it doesn't, yeah. It doesn't allow me to return the Captor with the quest because I'm 1 mana short. You could go Mountain, recast the Captor with 3 trays, and then you're 1 land away from questing it. So here I think I ended up deciding on just like building up the board and playing the land, but definitely not looking the good spot for me at all. I'm wondering if I did attack with the Ooze. So if I attack with the Ooze and I have 3 blockers up, that's 6, 8. So I think I actually did attack here with Ooze. Let me see. If I attack with use, they have 3, 4, 5, 6 means 3 passing, which means 3, 3. I'm not sure I did attack, but maybe I did. Because I'm not winning anyway if I stay behind. So 1, 3 and 1, 3 can go on the 2 3s. They're attacking for 3. 6 can block one more 2, 3. Nope, not attacking. Okay. So I ended up not attacking, which I'm not sure. Can I survive? Let's see. So 2, 4 goes on 2, 3. 1, 3, 1, 3 on the 3 3s. Means 1 passing, 2 passing, 3 passing. If they have nothing, I guess I could survive. But I guess it's unreal to think that they have nothing, so I was better off passing there. And I think this was the lucky spot for me. Because opponent said Matt is for blockers, let's attack all. And Matt was for blockers and I did find the best blockers here. So they said fuck it, I'm attacking with all. They were pretty sure that I was dead here, but I was pretty sure that I'm not dead. So this way I'm taking 2, 6, 8 and I survive at 1. I mean, this was pretty bad attack from them. They should have like considered it here what was gonna happen. Like even if I 6th block the 4-4, questing back the haze dude would be lethal anyway. But I guess they did decide that they're not dead. So yeah, going Captor here we have what? 6, 8 damage, we're missing 5. Going Captor, taking Uzvag is lethal. I didn't want to go for the Captor combo because I didn't want to let them know how that works, or like making them aware that I can actually sometimes cast the Captor twice by retracing first time and second time returning it. So ended up on stealing the Uzvag, adapting the Uzvag, and that was the game. Definitely lucky that opponent didn't consider on like doing the math there. Or at least they were not thinking they're gonna die on the swing back. But I think with quest on board and capturing graveyard you should always do your math. I don't really have a boarding in against them, so I think we gotta stick with what we have. But definitely not happy playing against them. I think I did cheat the game 1, but I'm not gonna... I don't seem like I'm in the greatest spot against them. Their deck just seems way better than mine does. Mulliganing the opening hand, it doesn't do much. This hand, at least I guess I can put the early pressure, but I'm not sure how much I can pressure their deck anyway. Their deck just seems good on like going wide on the board. I don't think I played the repass. I was thinking on actually needing it for the activation. Here, looking at this rumble, definitely not happy. They ended up deciding to go for the witness, which I guess works okay for me. I do have a lot of removals in hand. And now this opponent is full controlling. You can see the way that everything is being passed. So I guess they made mistake game 1. Now they want a full control and make sure they don't ever make a mistake. They go for the second Power Stone. So they have one, this is the second one. Opponent here made a mistake where they did attack. So no matter how, even though they did full control, seems like they were clicking a lot of space. And I think when you click space while you're doing things, it will attack. So I got a free... I got a free 0-1, but I don't think it matters that much. Here I passed, I kinda need to have mana up, so I can have a removal for witness if they try to go for the adapt. Here they slam the Chrysalis. And I'm not sure if I ended up going for killing it. I think I didn't. I think I ended up just going for the adapt. I'm not sure why I didn't kill it. I think I was scared on killing it and trying to fight the Repulsor War. I could have end breed on the Chrysalis here, but I don't think I do much with it. I guess next turn what? I would have Wither and Bloom up, but if they play another green land, I'm not able on killing it. So I felt like going slower here might be better for me. Here this is difficult because I kinda need green for the rumble, and I wanna keep the repast up as well. I don't wanna go for killing Chrysalis because if I kill Chrysalis they just return it. So I think I decided on going for the combat here anyway, and going for the +1/+1 indestructible, and trying to take some Eldrazi spawns away from them, so that they are not able on using it on their turn. Plus, like, I'm not winning if I stay behind. I kinda need them to, like, make some mistakes if I ever wanna have a chance here. Maybe it was better if I did end of turn kill the Chrysalis. I don't know why I didn't consider that line. And that's the beauty when you're reviewing the matches. You can actually see the mistakes you have made. So here I say, okay, let's trade. Let's see if you wanna sacrifice both of your tokens away. First one happens. And here I decided, okay, let's make them sacrifice the second one as well. They don't really have a good return with the Witness. So I definitely don't want to kill the Chrysalis. But I want them... Or I did go this. No, I didn't do this. This doesn't make sense. I definitely did go for a 1/1/1 counter here. Make them sacrifice the second one. We gain the life. And we want to leave the mana up for removal anyway. You don't get much by killing it here. If I wanted to kill it, I should have killed it on the end of turn when they did play it. I'm not sure why I didn't do it there. I think it would have been way better for me if I did. But yeah, playing a swamp, gotta leave removal up because of the Witness in hand. Thing that I definitely like is that they didn't play another forest. So they're not able on double adapting here, or triple adapting. I guess they would never be able on triple adapting, they need one more, like they need 4 green for that. But they do have a lot of mana, they're sitting at 7 mana currently. So I would be happy if they do attack. They ended up not attacking. And I was hoping, okay, please use your Witness, let's get this thing over with. They ended up playing the Uzvag. Yet again, I was hoping that they played the 2-1, but I think they didn't. Here I think that I have to use the removal, that I cannot wait any longer. But if I use the removal and kill the Uzvag, I'm not able on attacking through Chrysalis. So I wanted to pass here and maybe make them use the mana. This is like a chicken game, like who fires up all of their things first. Drawing this does definitely feel bad. Here, nothing I can do, I can just pass. I'm really wondering how the game would look like if I ended up using the Breed Your Last on the Chrysalis the moment they played it. Yet again, they play a mountain, which I'm happy about. They didn't go for adapting the 4-4, which is odd. Since they did play the land, I was actually okay blocking here the Uzvag. Since they're not able on adapting the moment they do this. And here I go for more expensive removal. And that was a bit sad seeing the indestructible trick. They definitely got me good here. I ended up doing nothing, didn't kill anything, and I'm still left with 2 threats on board, plus one more that can return the thing. So now definitely seems like I'm in a losing spot. Here I gotta go for a removal. Cannot really take 9. And I think this Tusker does seal the deal for us in having hopes of returning in this game. Landscape is a bit not doing much. I would rather like the forest here. But I keep on playing, like it is about getting more information of their deck. So double Power Stone, double Rumble, Chrysalis, Witness. Only one interaction we have seen, which was the +1/+1 trick. Witness remorse clouded your judgment, perhaps understandably, yeah. But yeah, this definitely seems like a GG. Even if I find a Death Touch creature in black and kill the Tusker, I don't think I'm surviving here. So I think I decided on not using anything here. Let's see, maybe I kept on playing. I kept on playing? Okay. I think it was better for me to scoop here and not play. But maybe it's not over. Or at least I'm thinking it's not over. Well, I can block Chrysalis and I can go for Withering Bloom the elf. And then I still have to deal with a menace creature that isn't the easiest one to deal with. Void Puncher. But yeah, them slamming this one definitely ends the game, because if I use it on the 5-3, they have a 2-1 returning whatever they want, and I think here I ended up scooping. That I did decide, okay, now it is game over. I definitely don't have a way of returning now. I did check my deck, and I did decide the game is over. Let's not show it in the Withering Bloom. So, as expected, losing to that opponent, their deck does seem nice. They have really good powerful creatures, they have really good way of ramping. Only thing that we haven't seen was interaction. Maybe they don't have it, or maybe we're just lucky enough of not seeing it, but something I kept in mind on. But definitely seems like a good Eldrazi deck. Opening hand, we cannot keep this, just doesn't do anything. There's opening hand with the Ravager and the quest and the 2-drop. I think you always keep. Brushback seems underrated, always a problem it seems. I mean, against us it is. Always? I'm not sure if it is always, but maybe it is underrated, I'm not sure. So idea now is we do have Ravager, we do want to cycle and try to get it. Question is, do you play the Vampire here and start attacking against the deck that can actually build up the board pretty fast? I think I did decide that the best thing for me to do is cycle the Ravager, try to hit a land drop. They ended up picking the drone, which I don't love. Here I cycle. And here I think you go quest and play the Vampire. Just mute because I don't want to get distracted from my game. I usually don't mute when it is not a tournament things, but in this things, like, just better to mute and not focus on them, focus on the game. So they do have a 6-8 in their graveyard, which we could return. They slammed the Power Stone. And now the question is, what do you return? Do you return your Ravager and start putting an Annihilator threat? Or do you return their 6-8, which gets kinda chumped with 0-1s? So I think the answer here is always you wanna be returning your Ravager. And I think that's the thing I did. At least if it does attack, it's gonna take lands away from them. But not looking that good at all. We do have the second quest, which could return the 6-8, but here they could just slam like Chrysalis and the 2-3 drone, and it's kinda GG. Luckily for us here, they did do it in a wrong order. I think it was always correct from the opponent to go drone into Chrysalis here and have a lot of blockers up. It would allow way more things. Now they're witnessing, trying to like take away the chance of us getting the 6-8 from their graveyard. And here I think you gotta attack. You gotta put the pressure on them. You're never winning if you're staying behind. Taking a land away means that they are not able on Tuskering next turn. Holding a bit control to make them think that I have something. Yeah, if they did play the 2-2 here, they could have sacrificed all the Eldrazi's and they could have eat the Ravager. I guess it would be a bit scary to go for that plan if we have a trick. They ended up taking the damage. What did I play here? I think I went Kami, and my idea here was, okay, now I gotta try to win with the Kami. If I'm ever gonna win, or how am I gonna win, it has to do something with the Kami. Like, I gotta click on the Kami ability 5 times and I win. Quest does return the Kami. If I hit a land drop, even if they kill it, I can quest return the Kami. You're welcome, tricky bovies. So now when they do play the drone, we don't have the attack anymore. Because if you do attack with your 6/6, they can make a token and they can sacrifice the token. So from here on out, we are not able on the attack. We gotta pass. They can just eat your Ravager. You're not getting anything from it. You attack, they make a token, they sacrifice it to Annihilator, they eat your 6/7. And now we're going for that plan. Click on the Kami 5 times. It's an odd plan, but it is a way to win, and you gotta always think about how you're gonna win. We have some blockers up at least. They're not really pressuring us that much. Cool thing about the Kami is that it will give us life. We have a quest, even if we ever wanna like return their creature. Simulacrum is a bit scary to see, since he does kill the Kami the first time. And they go Ooze Boy. I don't think they did attack here. But I could be wrong, maybe they did. They didn't. We activate. 4 more turns to go. Did find the Fel. So here you could try to attack with a Ravager. You could try to attack. If they sacrifice a token, you could go Fel and kill the Chrysalis. But then they have a good double block of the Oozvag and Witness on the 6/6. So yet again, you're not doing much, and you're not able on questing back your creature immediately. So I decided that the better thing for me to do is keep on the Kami plan of just clicking at every turn. No, actually I did attack. Wow. I did attack. I didn't expect that I did attack here. So I guess I'm prepared on what's gonna happen. And I did go for the removal here, right? What was my idea here? Was I not scared of the double block? This is really interesting. I mean, I guess it takes some pressure away from them like this as well, which is not bad. And I guess the opponent was... I could wait for them to block with Chrysalis, then kill it as well. That is an option. In that way, I did take a token away, plus I did kill Chrysalis, and my Ravager does survive. Okay, I was actually brave here. I guess the Kami plan was not good enough that I had to change the plans here. And it doesn't seem bad. If they block with Chrysalis, we just kill it. And we are left with a 6/6. Unless they triple block. In case they triple block, they do kill the Ravager. But I guess in that case, we could just return the Ravager. I think the opponent is scared of the +1/+1 indestructible trick, which I don't blame them. That card definitely gets them here if they overcommit. So this was a really good attack, and it ended up way better than I expected. I guess the idea here for me was if they block with Chrysalis, we eat the Chrysalis. We kill the Chrysalis then. And it makes sense that they cannot go for triple block. They do lose everything. I'm not sure if the 1/1 chump was the best. And I'm not sure if it was the best for them to sacrifice that token. They could have then sacrificed the drone and then block with a 6/7, right? In that way, they play around the indestructible card because they can sacrifice the token still. So sacrifice the drone, it triggers the Chrysalis, and then have the token spawn available on again growing the Chrysalis. Maybe that was the best thing for them. It does leave them the mana for the Tusker still. Spawn Gang Commander. Definitely a thing I don't love seeing here. And here, I think I did decide that the Kami is not the way of winning this game, especially with the Spawn Gang Commander on the board. So I ended up deciding that for me, it is fine if I get Kami trade with Chrysalis and activate it one last time. Looking at their graveyard, there is nothing to take back. They are presenting a trick, but I mean, if they're gonna use it on the Kami, I'm okay with that. Better on the Kami than on something else. Plus, if they do have the trick, it's best for them to use it on the Witness because they can get the creature back while using the trick there. 6-6 click. Make them sack. So if they did have the indestructible trick, I think they would have used it. Opponent yet again scared on going for anything here. They are thinking that the vampire is an issue, so they're going ahead and killing it by sacrificing all the tokens they have, which for me works totally fine. Less permanents on board makes Ravager more of a threat. Here I ended up just going for Vampire after this, because there is not really anything that we can return from their graveyard or our graveyard. So just going Vampire plus the MH3 seems really good. I mean, not really good, but best we got. I think opponent had way more options this turn than the thing that did happen. It seems to me that the opponent is not playing the best at this moment. I think they were super ahead and somehow we're looking in a fine spot. Or not the worst spot, like they're always missing this one land for the Tusker. And now they're cycling it. And they ended up drawing a land, because why would they cycle, right? We know that they did draw the land. Why cycle it? Why just not play it? There's our Kami we can return now again. But, yet again, it wouldn't be a turn in this match if we didn't attack with Ravager and see what the opponent does. So, sending it in. They are gonna sacrifice the Pyro here. And they are champing with the Spawn Gang Commander. I have zero clue what they're planning on doing now. And here, I think I just ended up using the quest to get back their 6-8 from their graveyard. Since it just felt like, okay, this seems like a board state where I can just win by attacking. Opponent so far was not doing their best on like stopping my attacks. Just returning a Tusker here seems pretty good. I don't remember if I did go Gravedigger to return the 1-3. I didn't. Okay. Could be, yeah. I mean, they definitely played scared this game. They were playing to not lose rather than playing to win. Here they go Breaker. We adapt. I mean, it's free mana, why not put a counter there? And, yet again, our favorite part of this match is what? Sending the Ravager at them. And seeing what they do. Tusker doesn't really attack the greatest, and I would rather keep it up. Here opponent sacrificed the drone over the 2-3. So that was really fishy to me. Why do you ever sacrifice a drone over a token? This is the reason why. I was hoping they are not gonna target me to manifest here. Happy that I do have removal, but not happy seeing Kozilek. Especially because they can target me and they are gonna draw a card. I don't know if it is a May ability to manifest. I'm not sure if it is a must, but they did decide not to target me. I'm not sure if the Kozilek is a May. I think if they do target you, you gotta do it, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Here getting some value that I was not expecting to get with this deck. And what did I do here? I think I did kill the Uzbek. No, I ended up killing the Witness, I think. Because I was scared if they do find the 1 green protection spell of them returning a creature from their graveyard, if I remember. Or maybe I did kill the Uzbek. I mean, I definitely want to use the Assault here rather than the Rumble, I would say. But I guess I could wait one more turn and then decide on where is the Assault better target. Okay. Taking the landscape so I can find the mountain. And they definitely seem like they don't have the attack if I have a 0-1 jumper up. Altisaur. Into another big guy. They play the land and pass, and this is a really good sign knowing they don't have a trick up. Here it is always a mistake playing a land. If land is not doing anything, keep the card in hand. It's always better to make me think, oh, what if you do have that? Rather than playing that. Drawing a Captor here definitely feels awesome. I don't think we have lethal here with a Captor. Even if you steal the Oozvag, I don't think it's enough. So here I think I just ended up clearing their board. So you assault, you fell the Kozilek, and you can assault the Vanguard here. I don't think you try to do this in combat. I think it can go just worse for us if you try that. And I definitely like attacking with most of my things here. Like attack with all my 6 power stuff. Since I really want to kill the Witness, I don't want them to find a 1 green trick and return cards from graveyard. So here sending in the team. Cannot really attack with a 3-2. I mean, attacking with a 3-2 leads to them blocking with a 4-4, which is 1 less blocker on other things. Okay, killing the Ooze, killing the Witness. Like I said, we want to make sure that Witness does die, so that they don't find that green trick into returning something big. And here I think I did decide just make a 2-2, since I have Captor. Or did I not? Wait. I guess, yeah, going for Garganto here is still okay, yeah. I could have went for the 2-2 because it seems like the game is over if I steal the Altisaur. But I ended up going for more value. Opponent attacking into us. From all the combat they have done during this game, I think this was the wildest attack again. And now Captor just ends it. So opponent definitely, I think, threw the match against us. Their deck was lacking interaction for sure, but the power level of the deck was so high when it comes to creatures that they might have not needed even the removals against us, that they were able on winning if they did do their combat correctly. Or maybe I was lucky enough that they never did so, like, find those removals. But definitely a match won. With my shitty deck beating that, I will take it. Going for the match 2. If I win this match, I'm 500 bucks richer. If I lose, I think that's logical with that deck. Not the greatest opening hand. Don't really have anything. Got a Mallet. This hand seems way better. We will keep it. We have a quest, Vampire into Ooze. We have a Landscape for quest. So it seems good for us. Here I go quest. Into next turn Vampire. I mean, it is pretty simple turns. Opponent plays the quest as well, which is interesting to see. Not showing them the second color. Going Landscape. Here I think you just drop the 6. Or actually I did go Ooze. Why did I go Ooze? I guess Ooze makes sense because next turn I can go Vampire plus adapt the Ooze. Put the pressure a bit on them. And I don't love the 6 while they have the quest mana up. While they have the quest, not quest mana up. So yeah. Here drawing the Wumpus here seems nice. I guess if I did go 6, I would have Ooze here and I would maybe be more happy with the Ooze. They go Familiar. Here I could adapt the Vampire because they don't really have the best double block. And I'm anyway gonna drop my hand. Plus if they are double blocking the Vampire, we are taking the damage away from the Wumpus. or they may be blocking there. Of course, the card that I'm thinking of is the Marauder, which would look bad, but they don't have the second swamp, so they're not able on going quest into Marauder anyway. No, Marauder into quest and then Maraudering back. Which, if they did have Marauder, they would have blocked with Gargoyle there. Double block, make the Wampus like a better creature to kill. Here I think you just send the team, since you have the quest and you're the first one to activate the quest. And you're hoping not to mill something that crazy, like Ulamog here. So here they can go Gargoyle on the 3-2 and double block the 6. Which is a mistake. This is the wrong way of blocking. They should have End Familiar on the 3-2. And then Gargoyle and the Familiar on the 6. Actually something I didn't notice during the gameplay. But they would be left with one more creature here, right? So that was a mistake by the opponent. Here I think you always go quest and return the Gargoyle and go draw 3. Ravager seems good as well, but I think getting more cards in the hand is something that I would personally be more interested in. I don't think I try to quest them into discarding cards away from their hand. Could have I activated the landscape as well? I think no, I cannot. No, I can. So I should activate the landscape here before I search. Before I adapt, not search. So I should have activated the landscape, find the mountain. That is a mistake for me, sequencing mistakes. But I ended up drawing really good 2 cards, so I didn't get punished. But thinking about it now, like, those are all the small things you keep on making. Small mistakes, and they do build up. And because you ended up making, like, let's say 3 or 4 small mistakes, they end up on being one big one. Like, for example, here if I did draw the mountain, that's something that I could have avoided by sacrificing the landscape. So, happy that I win the game 1, I'm closer to $500. Opponent deck doesn't seem anything special, to be fair. I don't really have the boarding in, just thinking about the things that I did see. How am I gonna approach the matches and all, but yeah. Opening hand, I do like the 6. Ulamog is interesting because if they have Familiar we could discard it, but I don't think we ever keep that. This does seem better. We have the quest, we have the Ooze, we have the Rumble, Dreadmobile, Kami, but Kami doesn't seem anything that great. So I think we put it down and keep this hand. I think it's always Kami here. Dreadmobile will do more, or have more options. It does attack for more even. It works well with the Ooze if I ever get a counter on it. Here I think I gotta shock myself so I can play the quest and keep on the curve of Rumble into Ooze. Definitely not the best Rumble. I don't think you ever take the second quest here. I think you're better off just taking a land. So I ended up deciding taking a land because currently quest is not doing much and it might not do even anything. They slam the Gargoyle. I think you go landscape just to have potentially more counters on your quest, but you could play swamp here just to not give them any information as well. I think both do work. I guess next turn if I do need more counters on the quest I can go landscape, so yeah. Double Gargoyle. Looks scary for sure. And I think here you definitely wanna go for the attack. And try to put some pressure at least. We are drawing a lot of lands after Rumbling 3 in the graveyard. They go for jumping, which makes sense. They don't want to take 5. And I here did decide on playing the Dreadmobile, if I remember, because next turn I could attack with the Dreadmobile if I crew with Kami. No? Kami here? Why did I go Kami here? Why not Dreadmobile? I don't know, maybe I would go Dreadmobile here. If I could, like, make another decision. I mean, always block Gargoyle. And they did go Ral. Here I don't think I have anything to return from graveyard anyway. I don't think I want to go for the assault and attack for 6. They end up on not jumping, which makes sense, and I think we just slam Dreadmobile here. Why am I tapping the landscape? Oh, I wanna return. Interesting. I think this is a mistake. If I wanted to return, I should have done landscape, find a land, it would cost me less, and then still go for this. Definitely not happy seeing the larva here, especially after me deciding to go aggressive. I mean, I do have a really good draw, which would be the Act of Treason creature, since I could steal it and sack it with the Dreadmobile. But yeah, I should have done the landscape before going for the quest there. They're still attacking with 1, which is fine. But this doesn't seem the best spot for me. And I got it punished. Look at this, I could have landscaped and not maybe draw this swamp. Or I could have done the landscape on upkeep. I don't know why I didn't consider that. Here I guess I could block with Kami and sacrifice, so that they are not gaining life. But this doesn't seem the best spot for me at all. They're getting a 2-2, they have double flyer, they have the larva. I mean, honestly, like, I could take 3 damage as well from larva. Yeah, I should have quest there. That was a mistake from my end. Find the land, make the quest cheaper. Make more odds of drawing the captor. This attack makes sense. I don't think I'm killing them on the swing back, so I'm gonna take it and most likely just activate the Kami here. And activate the landscape? No, I'm not activating landscape because I have a 6-6. I understand now. I understand my logic now. I have a 6-6 in the deck that does cause that, but I guess I could have just cycled it away. Oh, here I did make the mistake. This was the mistake of my turn. This was definitely a mistake, because they have a good double block. I don't know what I was thinking here. I mean, you always go double block the Dreadmobile. This was a mistake. I think I punted here. I'm not sure what would be the better line, or if I had a better line. But I think this attack just didn't feel correct. There, it's more a losing line than a winning line. Since I'm not gonna sacrifice the Kami here, and I didn't play the land, which doesn't allow me to activate Kami and sacrifice it. So I committed myself into a bad line because they didn't play the land. They did have the rebirth, so I guess they would get us anyway. Even if I committed with a 1-1 counter there. But yeah, not looking the best spot for me. I think this seems like a GG. Especially because they can just quest, return my Kami. And then they have the block for the use anyway. They have like 2 death touch creatures. So seems like a loss. They did make another threat. They are gaining life and yeah. Quest unfortunately doesn't do anything here. I don't have mana to play and activate it. It is a 7 mana if you want to do it immediately. Which I'm 1 short. Here I think opponent did decide not to go for it because we were dead on board if I have nothing. With them returning our Kami. So they did decide to go for it, I guess. What would kill them here? I mean, not many cards would kill them here, so it was correct to actually not go for it. I played the quest, so I didn't realize that I was dead. I was supposed to keep the quest in hand, but I think they would always commit themselves to this line. And yeah, we are dead on board. So I definitely punted here a bit. I could have played better this game too. I think Dreadmobile crew was a mistake. I think I should not have kept the landscape for Eldrazi Ravager. I should have thinned the deck and make sure that I have less chance of drawing the lands there. So all of those things could have made a difference, I feel like. Maybe finding a capture earlier would, I mean, because removing a land. But yeah, going to the game 3. Playable looking opening hand. Have a 2-drop, have a 3-drop. They play the annoying 1-1 flyer, but currently not a threat. And here I decided to like thin the deck, let's find the mountain. Let's not actually draw the mountain, let's just find it. Try to make less chance on drawing the lands. So here I felt okay if they want a chump block and us going vampire activation. So that's why I attacked first, they definitely don't block. And yet again I think I should play Dreadmobile because Dreadmobile attacks for more. Okay, this time I did play Dreadmobile. Previous game I didn't. Familiar. I guess Familiar takes Ravager away from my hand. I don't want to discard the Swamp because I need the Fell mana up. I guess I could discard Kami and then go for Swamp, Cycle plus Vampire, but that doesn't seem that great. Hello Grovras, how you doing? What did I do here? I ended up going Gravedigg? I guess it makes sense because I can use the all mana and return the Ravager. Plus I guess I have Dreadmobile. Wondering if I did attack with the Vampire. I think I should attack with the Vampire. Since like Familiar trade is fine for me as well. Taking away artifacts from the board. They do have the Rebirth, which makes this trade a bit worse, but I think that's a fine trade for us. Thank you, thank you. We are currently reviewing the Day 2 Draft 2. And plan is to put this on YouTube. Or at least try... I'm gonna try to video edit this and try to make a YouTube video out of this. So we cannot go for Kami here because... Or attack with Dreadmobile because they have mana for activating the Simulacrum. So here I think I ended up just passing. Since I can... Or I could go for Quest even. But what is the point of Quest? I guess saves 1 mana. Or I could go Kami plus the Quest. Cycling first. I guess if I hit a land drop makes sense. Now I can go Quest. And play the land drop. Which I do have mana for Ravager next turn. I don't think they should sacrifice the Simulacrum because they have Dreadmobile up. So sacrificing doesn't make much sense. So Arena of Glory is definitely scary. And I was scared that they did activate this. I was thinking the Wormcoil Larva is gonna come in. And I think here, if I remember, Auto Tapper did fuck them up and it did tap both of their red hasty mana. Or not. What did happen here? Oh, it didn't tap the red at all. Because it was only 1 black. Ah, I see. That's why it didn't have haste. So they were supposed to play Familiar first, then the Charge Bug. It would have haste like that. I don't know if it is that big of a mistake. They're missing 2 damage. They would have taken more potentially. It actually ended up playing good for them, I think. Since they're not a B down here. I still think that I am because I can quest back the Ravager and then attack for 5. So if they attacked me for 2 more, I think it would be good for me. Another quest. Here I feel like I gotta go quest Eldrazi, then go for the attack for 5. I don't think I can ever go Familiar here. And here we swing. So I definitely felt happy that they didn't haste in the lifelinker. And it felt like a good spot for me. They're gonna have 4 mana next turn. They are not killing anything with Simulacrum. They're not putting a lot of pressure on us. So it felt like an okay spot for me. So like I said, it ended up being better for them that they didn't attack with the Familiar here. Since now they would be down to 8, I would be down to 14, but I feel like that would be better for me. They would have 5, 7, 8, 9 damage, but they would be at 8, I would have more damage plus the fell up. So it definitely ended up playing better for them. That they didn't haste the Familiar and attacked with it, especially if they would attack all. I faced a similar black-white deck in draft 2. No, blue-white deck in draft 2 that had no big attackers and I won. And this felt bad. It feels like they did top deck the Larva. To be fair. It felt like they did top deck the Larva here. Since why would you not haste it previous turn, right? And why would they be making that decision that they were that long enough? So definitely felt really bad that they did draw the Larva here. And here for me it felt like I gotta trade Ravager for Larva and then return their Larva from their graveyard. Which I don't like, but I don't have other options. Like drawing a Captor here would be so sick, but I didn't get a Captor. Like with a Captor I think it would be lethal, right? Because you can Captor while the ability is on the stack, crew, sacrifice Captor, steal the Larva and win the game, right? It would be 12 damage. I think that's how Captor does allow you if you put a full control. exploit goes on stack and it doesn't need a target, right? I'm not sure, but I think it is the way that it would work. Here I was in a way hoping that they would not block, so that I could maybe fell the larva and try to win with the menace next turn somehow if I like draw another removal and they don't have another blocker. But I think this is like a pretty simple block from them. Especially with the Pteromander and Simulacrum up. So they are going for block, which makes sense. We don't have other options, we gotta go quest return the larva. Which isn't the worst, because we do have options of sacrificing it when we do have mana, so we could actually make 2 more additional blockers. I don't remember what the opponent did this turn. I think they attacked with the charge bug and gave the 2-1 menace lifelinker. Close game, yeah. 1 larva changed it all. It felt like they did top deck that, because why would you not haste the larva that turn, and you did go for those 2. I don't remember exactly what they did here. I think they not crewed. They did go the Pterom. Oh, they did have the ram, yeah. So if I remember, they just hit me for a lot here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 2 mana to activate Pteromander. So they don't have a land if they don't go for that. Could be that they have some of the white cards they did show us. Going on the charge bug, making another creature a threat. And I'm going down to 1. Rumble for us. Here I'm attacking first because I kinda need a life. If I ever wanna have a chance of surviving. We could Dreadmobile the larva back, which is pretty decent option for us. Here go Rumble. Grab the 6. I think it has to be the 6. If I ever wanna have a chance. And this is obvious that I have something since I'm passing here. If you play the 6, you lose. So you're better off trying to go something like this. Dreadmobile, sacrifice larva, get 2 more blockers. Then go 0-1 death touch on the 7-4. And then the lifelink on something else. Before damage, fell the flyer away. You have cashed 8 to 9 times. Awesome, man. I'm not sure how many I did cash. Well, I'm happy if I did help in any way. So I think this is my all going in, hoping to survive this turn. Issue is the Simulacrum, that they can actually activate it and kill the Death Toucher when I go for it, and that would leave the charge bug. So I was counting 5 artifacts, which does take 2 mana, does leave them with 3 mana, which means that they're not able on activating Simulacrum, which is pretty good. And this was the thing that I was thinking a lot. I think I maybe made a mistake here, but maybe not again. You could crew the Dreadmobile. And then block the lifelinker or the Simulacrum, but I think you want to get that life. Since you survive at what? You survive at 2 life if you block with the Dreadmobile, but you eat their creature and you're left with 1 more of your creatures. We did have the 6 for next turn, which felt okay. So we needed to draw another one. Since, like, if everything goes good, 1-2 kills the 7-4. We fell the flyer. And then the question is, do you crew the 2-1 to 3-3 or not? I decided not, that I wanted the life. Since this way I don't lose anything. And I was thinking on, do you block the Simulacrum? Since they could sacrifice the Simulacrum, that way I don't gain any life. Which puts me at 1. And they kill... Like, the problem with this block is that they can decide not to adapt, and they can kill your 1-2 death touch, and they're still threatening lethal. So I had to block something else. And then I decided that I'm better off maybe killing the 2-1 than the death toucher. This way that they gotta adapt if they wanna kill me. We are not dead on board. No, don't do... No, why did I do this? Why did I block like this? Wow, I made a mistake and then opponent made a mistake. Why did I block like this? This block doesn't make any sense. You gotta block 2-1 on the 2-1. Why did they activate this? Why didn't they say just deal the damage? Okay, I fucked up, opponent fucked up. We were dead. No, actually not dead because of the lifelink. No. I actually didn't fuck up. Never mind me. I'm talking nonsense. So yeah, this way we killed the 1-1 that kills our creature, and we had Dreadmobile. This is a bit trolling from them that they didn't play Vampire, though. Were they not able on hasting the Vampire and activating the... activating the adopt, I think it was. Always trust in past Akil. I mean, this game wasn't really winnable after Larva moment. We gave our best on surviving. But here they played a menace creature and I was just dead on board. If they didn't play anything, if they just passed, I would maybe have a chance with a 6 because we can crew block whatever they attack with and we still survive. I was putting them with white cards in hand, but yeah. 1-1, entering the match 3. Good evening, and are you back on some sort of a schedule? I feel like I have been missing every stream lately. I have been streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Usually I'm streaming early in my morning. This is like a late stream because we're recording a bit for the YouTube, going over my draft. But yeah, usually I'm streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I'm streaming the weekends when there is something on the weekend, like, I don't know, Arena Open Day 1, Direct Challenge, or what is the other name of the thing? Qualifier weekends as well. So I'm streaming three days a week now that I have more time, and you might see me on the weekends if I'm either having some free time or there is something going on Arena. This weekend on Friday we are gonna play the direct challenge for the OTG boxes. We're gonna play the sealed, and we are maybe gonna stream on the weekend as well, so you're gonna catch me there. Okay, match 3, game 1. Ragdos, Polarity. That's a bit odd. But looks fine for me. Here I don't go for anything, just pass. Making a 2-2. I guess making a 2-2 means that I can attack into them. But yeah. Here I think I did say fuck it and play the 6. Because I have a Gravedigg in my hand and I have Quest. If they have a counter, they would have used it. If they have a removal, they would have used it. So nothing. Island for them. And they're attacking. I don't think I ever block. They did pass. We go for the attack. It could be the axe with that attack, but it could be some other cards as well. Like a 3 bolt. The bolt. The 2 mana 3 damage. And I think you would 2 for 1 yourself to kill the 6. So I think for us it's always better to not allow that option. Yet again, I think I should go with Dreadmobile. Like, I keep on making this sequencing mistake, I think. But I guess this way, Kami does block the Raptor, while the Dreadmobile doesn't block. But to be fair, am I really scared of them attacking into me? I'm better off attacking them, I feel. And then if the Raptor is not attacking me, if it is attacking me, more likely 6 is passing. So I'm not sure why I kept on doing this sequence of first playing the Kami rather than the Dreadmobile. Maybe I wanted to have mana up? I'm not sure. I'm wondering if this is ever just attack with 6 here. Because I could quest the 6 back. Would they ever block with the Raptor? It is pretty bad for them if I get back the 6 and they don't have a removal for it. Power Stone definitely scary. I mean, I have Gravedigg back as well. Could return 6 like that. Could go for quest and return the 4/4. Which I think I would rather do next turn, because if I do hit a land, I can have double Kami activation up. If I go landscape to find a land. So I guess now I go for Dreadmobile. Okay, I guess if they pay mana, I can sacrifice the 6 in response. Plus, I guess I have a creature blocking. So it doesn't seem the worst. Man, it's always awesome like reviewing your matches when you finish something, because you see a lot of different things you could have done. But those things don't come up on your mind when you're playing. So it's always cool to actually review your things. And like see the mistakes your opponents were making. That's actually definitely one of the good spots as well. Okay, they slammed the Gargantua. I mean, Gargantua is a bit odd thing to play against my quest where I have the Captor in graveyard and I have Dreadmobile on board. Here I think it is a mistake. I guess it's not a mistake to find the mountain, since I have the Gravedigg up in hand. So here we go, land. Return the Captor. Here I guess I should have crewed in response. I think I did miss that. That I did click resolve. And this was a mistake. I could have done one more damage here by crewing. Here, like I said, if I did put a stop on the stack, I think I could have crewed with the Captor as well. So I guess I'm just missing 1 damage here by my bad plays. But we are still looking okay. Here I could have attacked with a Kami as well. I had the idea of like stealing Gargantua, activating it and sacrificing it, but I was making mistakes of not crewing in the right time with a Dreadmobile. So that's me playing fast, and I should slow down next time. I mean, it's 1 damage difference, but 1 damage difference here is huge actually, because Dreadmobile would be at 4, 1 creature sacrifice is 5, and that's like 1 less creature I need to sacrifice to kill them. They would be at 5, right? And if they tap out, they are dead. With 1 blue, they are dead. With this, knowing what they have in hand, they are definitely dead. So we gotta sacrifice 2 creatures and just crew, right? And we win. And I think that's what we did. We just ended up going for the... I mean, you could go Captor, do the thing that I'm saying, but at this moment I was scared of trying it. Like going for full control, trying to crew the vehicle, then sacrifice the Captor, then steal a creature. I think it is working like that, but I was scared, and I figured out, okay, I have a different way of winning this game. Let's just go Rumble. I showed them more cards with the Rumble, though. But it was lethal anyway. Go for the 2/2. Crew. Smaccheroni. Okay, 1-0. Playing against the opponent, it doesn't seem like they have the greatest deck. First impression. They're splashing something. They're splashing Gargantua. And they do have the counterspell. I don't really have a sideboard, so I'm just looking at my deck and thinking if there is anything I could have done here. Maybe Amulet just for a few damage. And a card, but I don't think that's correct. Maybe Dross Claw. And try to be a bit more aggressive, cut the Gravedigg maybe. I could see that. Adding the Dross Claw in this matchup on the play. I mean, that's the thing, I'm looking at my deck, but I have nothing to add in. Oh no, actually I remember, I did go to the toilet. I remember, I wasn't actually looking at the cyber. I mean, as you did see, I didn't do anything. I went to the toilet. Record 1-1. This is a match for 500 Bucceroni. Seems like okay hand. I mean, double Vampire, Wither, Rumble, Gargantua. I'm gonna assume we never managed to cast Ulamog in this deck. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to spoil anything. This is gonna go to YouTube. YouTube are gonna hit me with the bad comments. Why did you spoil us there? I mean, I guess we did spoil it. Growras did spoil a thing. If people are gonna look at the chat. But yeah. Definitely starting with the landscape. Or do I play the repast here? Or do I try to go aggressive with the... I decided on playing this, which seems okay because I guess I have options of rumbling turn 2 if they play a Raptor. I kinda like the land, putting a counter on my creature, but I think it's okay with double of them, plus with the Withering Bloom in hand, plus with the Gargantua. I kinda wanna be hitting land drops, so it seems okay. Here immediately this does smell like a counterspell to me, the polarity one. And I could have went Withering Bloom. No, I don't think it's that serious. I think it's fine. I mean, most people that are watching me know how I ended up. But yeah. I did decide to just deal the damage and not care about the 1/4, keeping our Withering Bloom up. You could have let them block and kill it, which I don't like. Am I gonna search for a land? That's the thing I'm wondering about now. I mean, to be fair, I don't think anyone is gonna watch this video. But I should try to make it happen. You cannot turn off the video now, YouTube watchers, yeah. I don't remember what was the scry now. But okay. Here I think I like being aggressive and going for killing the Visionary, I think. There is an option of like letting the trade happen. And then just slamming the Ooze, but that doesn't seem that great. Slam the second Vampire or go for the Rumble? Rumble would allow the Gargantua more likely to happen, but I like the Vampire. Another 3/2 Menacer potentially. Plus with the Wither up in the graveyard, we could make a creature a 4/3 Menace. Plus if I wanna play around their counterspell, I should go for Vampire. We know that they do have the counterspell, right? You would try to find a land there? I mean, it could work. Okay, giving them the Rumble. Do you want the Rumble, opponent? They decided not to go for a Rumble. Found a land. Here I think I just activated the Vampire and attacked for 3. Bye-bye removal. Yeah, we did reveal almost all removal we have. That was an interesting card I didn't expect to happen. Don't really have the attack now, but that's fine. Find the mountain. Go our turn. Grave dig without having a creature in the graveyard. So here my idea was to play the Ooze. Reasoning behind it is if they counter it and they lose the coin flip, I could return it with the grave dig. But they have blue-blue. The land on the left is blue-black. So the blue-black land gives them the mana. Yeah, last turn they did have it. They did have blue-black, blue-red. Grow Rust. So they did win the coin flip there. No, all fine, don't worry. Here I was hoping on going for the grave dig, but couldn't end up on doing that. They're going for the Monk. And Monk returns the counterspell. Didn't hit a land. So here I definitely want to slam the Gargantua. I did feel like attacking with Vampire is fine. Since like they don't have any information. If they want to trade the Monk for the Vampire, that seems okay for me as well. And if they just want to bounce off with the 1-4, that's fine as well. 2-2 doesn't have like a bright future with the landscape, so maybe getting a Monk trade would be really good for us. They ended up double blocking. And here I think I did decide to go Gargantua and Wither the Bloom the Gargantua. Which was a bit scary, I mean not scary, scared move from me. But the idea behind this is I get to draw 2, I get closer to Ulamog lands, and next turn I could try to capture, take back the Ooze, and if that thing does happen, I can grow Gargantua again and I can get a draw 2 again. So I wanted to make sure that the Gargantua gets even the more than 4 toughness, because like it's important against red to have more than 4 toughness. So I did decide to not go for full value and actually not play around. Let's see if the opponent has the removal or not. They ended up passing here. Here I did say, okay, let's see if they want to use this or not. Do you want to sacrifice to counter the captor? They did say yes. Now we're hoping that they lose the coin flip. They win the coin flip. They get a 3-3. Let's see if they exploit. That doesn't make sense to exploit, but who knows. Or maybe it does. I don't know. Does it say until your end of turn or until the end turn? If it does say until your end of turn, you could actually steal Gargantua and then go Ooze attack, grow the Gargantua. Here I felt like attacking is fine because I do have Gravedigg and I want to return the Gargantua back to my hand. I like whatever they do offer me, that's fine. I want to get closer to Ulamog as well, so returning Gargantua here seems good. I have 8 mana anyway. I don't think it matters which one I kill here. I guess it's better to kill the Ooze if I can choose. That actually rhymes as well. Ooze if I can choose. Choosy Oozy. Oof, if I had a Death Touch trample, Death Touch reach trick here, it would be 5 for 2. I kill 3 of their things, I get to draw 2. That would be so sweet. But they said fuck it, you don't have it. Here I ended up returning the big boy. They don't have the respect, yeah. But they did have an interesting deck for sure. So, Growrust, are you still staying behind your words that you think we never did cast the Ulamog? They did go for Gravedigg, they did return the Monk. And they went Sneaky Snacker. Which I don't love on seeing. You can safely change your mind, sure. Going for the draw 2. Didn't find a land. Did find 2 playable cards. And here we pass. So they ended up playing the Monk, and I was wondering what they're gonna return here. I didn't feel like they can go for the counterspell here. And I think the decision they made actually made sense. That it has to be the Gravedigg, because Gravedigg and Monk is like an infinite loop, and infinite champ blockers, infinite making 2/2s. So I think that was the correct decision, but it's not really infinite because I have the quest, so yeah. Here I ended up slamming with a 6/6. They went for the champ block because of the combo they have, but they did not. Let's see. I'm still wondering how they blocked here. Okay, so they went just for chomping here. Which is interesting. I guess all of their creatures do attack into my 2/2. And now we did exile some of their cards and we got the Ulamog with a 6/6. So now this is immediately interesting. I have like a 2-turn clock because Ulamog 2 times attacking clears their board with the Annihilator 6. We did play it, yeah. Opponent's deck is definitely a pile. I mean, it looks interesting pile. We haven't seen, like, if you did check their exile, if you did pay attention what we did exile, they do have some interesting cards there. It definitely doesn't seem like the strongest deck, but it definitely is a pile like our deck is. So this is 2 pile decks fighting for the $500. They went the discharge here. And they slammed the Raptor. Scrapper finals. This was something I didn't expect at all. So this was super odd. They did actually target my Ulamog here, which will make sense in few seconds, but at a given moment I was like, what? I mean, what am I gonna lose? I always block. I could only lose the game if I don't block. And now this did make sense. What they were trying to accomplish. And here it looked a bit ugly, but only for a second. So here you have a lot of options. You could go quest, return their 2/2, then that one returns a creature from your graveyard because you could return the card that they have, the grave digging. Or you could return a removal, like a lot of different things you can do. I think the most simple turn on winning the game here is going 6, quest back your Ulamog, pass. Because you have Annihilator 6. And then like, okay opponent, you have 1 turn to somehow win this game through my 11/11, 2/4 and 6/6. So no need to go anything special like, oh, I'm gonna return your creature, this creature returns me a spell or whatever. Deal with it. Opponent, deal with this. And you cannot deal with it. It's a Ulamog. They don't have many permanents left. So that was a $500 match. We ended up winning. 2 crappy decks faced each other, but we were the victorious one. So 2-1 after this matchup. I definitely was happy. My deck was crap. Draft ended up crap. But I actually ended up getting a $500. Playing against the D-Bears. Oh, actually, I did spoil that this was the final match. But I guess people spoiled it already. And I guess people... And I guess people that are watching on YouTube, you can actually see how much long it's gonna go, so... It wasn't that big of a spoil, but... I'm gonna blame it to Groras. He already spoiled it. We ended up just winning $500, so... It's only fair that I spoil it again by saying that this is the final match. But yeah, long stream today. 8 hours and 20 minutes. Long, I mean... It was a productive one. But let's go through this match. Immediately, I don't like it. Opponent slammed the sneaky snacker. And I have 0 ways of dealing with the sneaky cards. So, playing against the deck that I was having in the draft one. There are super fast wins and yeah, $2K. So, playing to win. Thinking on what do I have to do to win this match. I definitely have to get a vampire. I think I gotta go risky here and attack with the vampire and hoping they don't block. Or if they block, we trade, which doesn't seem the greatest, but... Like, I don't have a good play here. If I go mindless, if they attack, I'm not winning the race anyway. So I'm wondering what I did do here. Did I go for mindless or did I attack? I ended up attacking and feeling like, okay, I gotta get this damage through. And that's maybe a way of winning. Like, I'm not winning against this deck. I gotta, like, go for some crazy lines to win in this match. And even if they block, I can still trade with this. Yeah, they do have a good Dimir engine set up at turn 3. So not the best thing for me, but felt like a thing I have to go for. And they slam the Null Drifter now. They go for draw 2 and make a 3-3. Another thing why I like the trade is, if the draw 3 would happen, I would not have a way of dealing with a 6-6. At least with my hand. No removals, no death touch means that I'm not able to dealing with a 6-6, which would be the Amas. I ended up not activating the landscape because I wanted to have landscapes up for the quest we have. There is my Ula Pog. But I don't think Ula Pog is gonna do anything in this match. I think it is just a simple swamp here. And I think I gotta go conscription here. Gargantua. It's safe to say that this game already seems lost. I think you gotta fell on your turn, because if they play a swamp, they can make sure that they do adapt. So, you don't wanna risk it there. Just kill it now. Don't go anything special on hoping they don't have another swamp into like you taking 3 mana from them. I don't think those end up positive for you, so... yeah, I mean... This is just like us getting destroyed, but... Opponent did get like a pretty free match here. But like I said, I'm still happy on how the draft did go. I mean, not happy with how the draft did go. Happy how matches did go, because... Here at least it seems like... I would not ever have a chance, so by going 4-0 into 2-2? Why am I doing? No! Activate Repass. Why didn't I activate Repass? I guess I was hoping they are gonna use a removal here. But if they slam the 2-1, yeah. There goes my odds. If I did cast the Repass, I guess I would get the draw 2 and I would get a 3-3, but I guess that's not a winning line. I guess I gotta hope that I untap and activate the Gargantua. Yeah, they do have an insane Dimir deck. I just click back, I have no chances in this match. It seems like a similar to our deck from the draft 1. I mean, not a keepable hand. I think we actually mulliganed a lot with this deck as well. Which, I don't know, I think I had 18 lands in the deck. Keepable, but looks awful. So yeah, I would say when it comes to this run, of course I wasn't happy with the draft portion, with how the deck ended up, but I think it was the deck at least, and I'm not sure if there was a better color pair, better lane I could have ended up in, or at least from the given information at the given time. Of course, by reviewing it now, maybe I could find it, but at a given time I couldn't realize it. And getting a 2-2 with this is pretty damn good if you ask me, because it seems like a 0-2 deck. I think the Eldrazi matchup we did win with muscles, and with the opponent making a lot of mistakes. And I think, like you said, the battle of the two crappy decks, that our deck was better, felt really good. But to be fair, like that opponent did have a crappy deck. I mean, it wasn't that crappy, we just didn't see the correct cards from them. They could have been from our table. I could see that happening. You wanna see my 4-0 draft 1 deck? Sure, send it. I'm gonna check it after this match. But yeah, I mean, Sentry here. They have Harvester as well. So they can immediately... Actually, they made a No, actually, did they make a mistake? No, they did not make a mistake. If they don't have a Sneaky Snacker... yeah, if they have a Sneaky Snacker, they would discard the Sneaky Snacker here. Right? Yeah. But they did give us a Grim option to return, which is kinda cool. We do have 3 Delirium to black. So I think that's a card we always return. And I think I should be attacking with Dreadmobile here. But the thing about the attack with the Dreadmobile, why it is bad, is because I'm not threatening anything. Like, they can still double block the Dreadmobile. And then I gotta sacrifice 2 creatures to kill their stuff? So let's see what I did do here. I don't remember this turn. Definitely going for Grim, because I have 3 black permanents and I can search for a removal. Did I go removal, or did I say I gotta get a 6 here and hope 6 wins? I think going for Breed Your Last here makes more sense. But I don't have double black for Breed Your Last. So I guess going for 6 doesn't look the worst. Problem with the Breed Your Last is I don't have double black, right? Grave deck doesn't make sense. Wither we could go for, but it doesn't seem that great. So we're going for more value card. Which I guess it doesn't go the best on average. Maybe it was better if I did go for the removal. And here I don't think I could have attacked. Maybe I should have Dreadmobile first, but I'm not sure. First attack with Dreadmobile, then decide. Maybe they would not block. So here they did discard the teachings. Oof, and a vault. Yeah, this deck just seems way better than our deck. It seems like a really good Ymir deck from what we're seeing. They have a vault, they have sneakies we have seen, they have double... Was it double or was it 1? Enchantment that does make zombie token. So looking at what the opponent is trying to do here. Team Inferior there. I think that's fine. Do I keep it on top? I think I kinda need it. Plus I can mill it. So it seems okay. And I don't think I ever block here. They did discard Sneaky Snacker, so that would kinda tell me that they did draw it, because if they did have Sneaky Snacker, they would first go discard Sneaky Snacker with Harvester, then attack with Sentry, which would return the Sneaky Snacker. And then deeming this one away. Here I think I gotta raise. Or at least try to raise. Cool thing is that with the Fertit Gargantua and the 3/3 Amas token, we are representing 12 power on the board. Since I can go adapt and then it will give the 3 more counters on the token. Bummer is I actually know what my top is and my opponent does know what my top is. And it's not that great. Null Drifter. I think this is always mistake tapping the vault. Why would you ever tap a vault? What happens if you draw another swamp? Isn't it better to leave the vault up? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. And they did go for inside as well. If I take 5, I'm at 8. They will have to jump with Harvester on the 3-3 and I can double spell, which they don't know. But it seems like the best odds of winning. I don't think I ever win if I stay behind and not attack next turn. So if they attack with Sentry, it becomes a 5. We go to 8, it becomes a 6, 6 and Snacky are 8. So they are setting up and they have another sneaky snacker. Maybe I should have attacked here just with the Fertid and the 3-3, but if they have 2 removals, we are dead anyway. If they have, I guess we are dead to 1 removal now. So maybe I was better off not attacking with 3-2. But I know my top, and I know my top doesn't help me in this situation. So I'm not sure. Like if I left the 3-2 behind, they would be at 8 life. They would still need to block, because they would be dead on board. With Fertid activation. But here, this way, we were dead. I would be able on double blocking, so that would mean that they would not be able on doing that. But yeah. I mean, triple sneaky deck and all of this. Even if I won this game, I don't think I would ended up winning this match. And this did put us at a 2-2 for the Arena Open Day 2. Hope you did enjoy this match. Hope not this match, this draft, I guess, and the matches. This match was like one-sided. Feel free to comment on the video, leave a like, share, I guess, if you have some friends you wanna send this video at. And yeah, subscribe to the channel. Much love, thanks for watching. I guess see ya maybe on Friday if you ever come on the stream for the direct challenge. Bye bye.